All right, hey guys, this is Brandon McCaskill. Welcome to the Safari Arie Roadshow. We have Arie here, and we're just going to ask him how things are going and what's new. Arie, the last time I spoke to you, you were beat down, the heat of the desert. Didn't seem like you wanted to be on camera. But
Yeah,
things are a
yeah,
lot different. You got a smile on your face today.
yeah. Well, it has been a little while since we spoke.
Yeah,
Part of that partly is because so much has happened, and also reception for internet has been very, very sketchy in Utah. Yeah, last time we spoke was April 6th in the morning, and that catalyst into, or that's not the right word. That just literally an hour after we finished our conversation, one of the craziest, worst days of my entire life more or less happened. And I'm just going to go through it very quickly and reference a Facebook Live video that I did about 3 or 4 days later. But basically what happened is I accidentally started a grass fire, and it was absolutely devastating and the most scariest thing that ever happened. Basically, I was attempting to make breakfast. If you recall from that last video, I was very weak just from the heat. For some reason, it hit me in a bad way, and I was attempting to make breakfast, and I lit my stove, and basically what happened is the whole area just basically with a slight breeze just erupted the whole area into flames, and I ended up losing my tent, my sleeping bag, and a bunch of gear, my front panniers, those are the bike bags. I had to call 911. Fire department showed up. About 5 acres of sort of an abandoned field of grass more or less got burned up. I literally thought it was the end of the ride. I thought I was in so much trouble. I got so lucky. Basically, long story short, the fire department said they weren't going to pursue it, and they never even took my name or number. They just said, make sure it doesn't happen again, which goes without saying. But it was a very, yeah, I mean, basically I had no shelter for that night. And I basically what happened is I cleaned up the mess and everything. I cleaned up all my burned gear. Also, the fire department, they said they were not going to pursue it, but I needed to wait for the sheriff. Long story short is that sheriff never showed up. I waited 4.5 hours after I made that 911 call, and no one showed up. And it was like after 4 p.m., I had basically almost no water. I hadn't eaten the whole day. I was already and obviously very weak from just not eating the last couple of days and then trying to put this fire out. And so about 10 miles down the road was a truck stop. And so basically after waiting 4.5 hours after making the 911 call, I basically headed to the truck stop. I had something to eat. By that time it was dark. I decided that I was just going to stay at the truck stop for the night rather than try to get up to St. George, Utah, because all this sort of happened in Arizona, right near the Utah border. And there would have been a bit of a climb to St. George, and I figured the temperatures would be cooler in St. George. And so since I had no shelter, I decided to stay at the truck stop. So basically what I did is about 1,000 feet from the truck stop, I had 80% of my sleeping pad left. I cut off the burned section, had about 80% of my sleeping pad. And so about 1,000 feet from the truck stop, I basically just lied down on the ground and basically shivered the whole night. Eventually the sun did come up, of course. It warmed me up. I didn't even have breakfast, actually. I was still not feeling great. And so basically I biked 50 kilometers to St. George, Utah. And by the time I got there, I was just so mentally fried from everything that happened. Like I said, I thought the ride was over. I thought everything was over, period. And obviously still being weak from not eating properly and then just climbing or biking the 50 kilometers in the heat. It was a cooler day, but I actually had a bit of a climb. So I got to St. George. I was basically completely a mess, just from a mental fatigue situation. So very quickly, I ended up checking into a hotel because, like I said, I had no shelter. And very quickly, I reached out on some Facebook groups that I was in St. George, Utah, and I was in a bit of trouble, from not having any shelter and just trying to get things figured out and organized. Obviously, the ride was still going to continue, but now I had to sort everything out that I had lost. And so a longtime follower actually from Salt Lake City, Patrick, he actually reached out, and because he ended up connecting me with a family in St. George. The pronunciation of their last name is Hoig. Matt and Stephanie Hoig. My goodness, Matt called me that night on the phone kind of deal. We had a conversation, and wow, my goodness, I was just, yeah, it was just, yeah. So the next morning I woke up, I did a Facebook Live, which I go into far more detail with the fire situation, which will tag on the end of this video if you want more details in regards to that. But anyways, I went to my host in St. George, Matt and Stephanie, and basically within 4 days, I was able to get myself completely organized, feeling better, and back on the road. Matt was great. He's actually, beyond setting me up with a place to sleep and just have some sanctuary, he gave me a sleeping bag, a sleeping pad, a bike helmet, and I was able to find the one and only tent that I was hopefully looking for in my future someday. There was one in all of St. George, and I was able to get that. And then the trick was, and actually since I'm here, I can quickly show you, is my front panniers. One of them had burned up. And so trying to get bike panniers, like front panniers, is virtually impossible, especially with so much bike stuff being so in high demand, being in short. But actually ended up having a friend in Las Vegas that next day. It's gotten windy. I want to just try to get the audio a little bit. Anyways, Matt had a friend in Las Vegas, Brandon Price. Thank goodness to him. He was in Las Vegas because I couldn't find any front panniers in all of St. George. And I called all around Las Vegas, and I found them at one place at the REI in Henderson, just outside of Las Vegas, where Brandon was actually nearby. I was actually on the phone with the store REI for over half an hour because their website said they had it, but they couldn't find them. And I said, dude, I'm in trouble. Like this is what happened to me. And so it took a half an hour for them to find them. They found them, and Brandon was able to pick them up. And so, yeah, I was able to get back on the road. And so I can't be thankful enough as far as how all that played out. And then basically from there, I went to Zion National Park, and I spent a few days there. I actually had a host. I didn't realize Zion is a very built up kind of touristy area. It's a very beautiful park. And I had no idea. I didn't realize when I got there, and I got there at the end of the day, and I didn't know what the deal was going to be. It's like, where am I going to camp? Because the campground was full and there was no opportunity for stealth camping, which is usually what I do. And so anyways, some very nice people actually invited me onto their campsite. And so I ended up spending 2 days there at Zion National Park. And then from there, I headed to Bryce Canyon National Park, which is where I came from yesterday morning. And yeah, like between Zion and I'm not that far into Utah. I visited Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon National Park. And like, so far it's like 9 stars out of 5, like just Utah as far as, I actually went live, Facebook Live, while I was in Bryce Canyon a couple times, and we've already spoken. So you're going to add a little bit, you're going to put some of that footage on the end of this. So if you want to see some really cool, beautiful footage of Utah, we'll put some of that live footage on the end of this road show. But yeah, so I spent 2 days at Bryce Canyon National Park, and that was just, like I said, Utah has been like 9 stars out of 5. It's just beautiful. Probably one of those beautiful places that I've ever visited in the world, literally, out in these backlands for sure.
That's cool.
And so, yeah, so it's been a very crazy, very hectic, I guess, 12 days. We're the 18th. Yeah. So yeah, the last 12 days has just been just a whirlwind. I mean, and obviously getting better. I mean, you can tell, like, especially from our last road show, spirits are up like 10,000%. Things are going great. Temperature's actually been pretty good. Now, I will mention though, Bryson Canyon is a higher elevation park, and I mean it was -6 at night. So the last couple nights I have literally froze. I have slept very, very poorly. But yeah, it's been -6 Celsius. The last night wasn't quite as cold because I was out of the park, but also once again I did not sleep well because it's been actually really, really cold. But the sun is shining and the daytime temperatures are great. So yeah, that's my situation. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's good to hear. Arie, thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for
Yep.
the update. Good to
Yep.
hear that you're doing well. And
All right.
we'll catch you in the next video.
Awesome.
All right. Take care, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Hey guys, I am currently at Bryce Canyon National Park, and I just thought I would take a few minutes to show you what I have been looking at and hiking for the last little while. So I will just turn like so, and then I will not too shabby. Now if you believe, about an hour and a half ago I couldn't see any of that because it was snowing. Anyways, I'm at Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah. And like I said, an hour and a half ago, you couldn't see any of that because of the snow. Hi Ellen, hi Kelly. Hey Ellen. Anyways, I'm going to give Utah 9 stars out of 5. So far, 9 stars out of 5. I don't know if there's a more beautiful place on the planet than Utah. Anyways, yeah, if you look down there, see the trail. Hey Bruce, how's it going? Hey Candace, Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. A shout out to Nova Scotia, best place in Canada. I brag about Nova Scotia to every American I speak to, just about. No problem, Kelly. Just got lucky that there was some reception here. Leon? Yeah, not too hard to handle. Anyways, I'll probably just sign off here. Of course, you can always watch this at any time. But yeah, just beautiful out here. It's actually cold. Last night it was low of -6, and tonight it'll be low of -6 again. Like I said, about an hour and a half ago it was all snow. Couldn't see any of this because of the snow. Yeah, Ellen, I don't think I've got the room for a rock. But yeah, it's pretty cold up here, at least for the next few days. Should warm up shortly. Yeah, no problem, Bruce. Anyways, like I said, I think I'll sign off here, even though more and more people keep jumping on. I don't know, maybe I gotta let it play for a little bit. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'll shut her off here, and like I said, you can always replay it anytime. Later, guys, from Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah. Hey guys, it's April 17th. I'll just turn from the sun. Anyway, still in Bryce Canyon National Park. Just thought I would just on a short hike, and I thought I would just share a little bit of what I'm able to view here in the valley. So I'm gonna rotate that. Anyways, yesterday, or last night, sorry, I should say last night was pretty cold. I think it was a low of -6 Celsius. Throughout the night, I could hear snow slide off my tent throughout the evening. So last night was pretty cold. I think they're calling for a low of -6 or -7 again tonight. I'm guessing this is just basically because I'm at a fairly high elevation. Anyways, that's just the valley below. Just on a short hike, thought I would share. Anyways, probably do another 1 or 2 live ones later on today. Hey Mars, see you watching. Yeah, I'll just close it off here so I don't lose all my battery power while I'm on my hike. And oh, greetings from France. Wow, sweet, Alexandra. Yeah, anyways, I'll just shut it off here, reserve my battery power, and like I said, probably do another live video or 2 later on this afternoon if I think about it. So enjoy your day. Bryce Canyon again. Another trail. Just thought I'd share again. Hi, Ellen. Hey Ed, how's it going? Nova Scotia, always there. Bryce Canyon, Ed, Utah. Anyways, I'll call it off here. Have a good day, guys. So I thought I would do one last live of Bryce Canyon National Park. one last live from Bryce Canyon. Tomorrow I leave. I believe the next national park on my way is Capitol Reef. I don't even know how far that park is. But I'm calling for a cold night tonight, I think -6 Celsius. Anyways, yeah, one last live video of Bryce Canyon National Park. I hope you enjoyed the other two today and one from yesterday. Alright, have a good evening, guys.